In this video, we're going to take the files that users submit in an online form, and we're going to include them in the document that we're automatically creating with Formstack Documents. Let's dive in. Okay, so we are going to start in Formstack Forms. Of course, if you want to include attachments in your document automation, you need to have a form that includes an attachment field. So we have that here. I've got this little simple form that's called ticket form. It doesn't do anything. It's just for tutorials, but you can see I've got this proof of attendance field where people can upload a file. So our form is set up in Formstack Forms with the file upload field. Now, if I head over to documents, I've got a ticket document. This is a very simple document, but you can see that it's just got a couple of things in it. Very simple. Now, in order to include our file attachments in the document automation, we actually need to use data routing. So I'm going to head to my data routing tab, and I'm going to create a new data route, and let's just call this ticket data route. I'm going to create my data route, and now the first thing that's going to happen and how data routes work is when a form is submitted, instead of sending it to an individual document, we are going to send it to the data route. And then the data route can do a bunch of things for us. So the first thing I probably want to do is create that document. So I'm going to use that ticket document, which is like my receipt. So I'm going to first send my information to that document. Then what I'm going to do is I want to include that file. So what I'm going to choose next for my rule, when I click the drop down, I'm going to choose other remote file. So I type in other remote file, and then I can type whatever I want. This is a merge tag, so I can say, we'll call this proof of attendance URL, because we're looking for a URL field. And what we're going to do is let's include these all together. Let's merge them as one big PDF. So I can tick those boxes, and now when the form submission is sent to the data route, all of these things will be combined into one file. If I untick these boxes, then they will be delivered as different attachments. So I'll just tick these boxes. So now I've got my data route set up. I've got my document set up. What I just need to do, I'm going to actually, in my settings, I'm going to put this in test mode. I'm going to save my data. And then the other thing that I like to do always is I use my field map. I use field map for custom integrations. I like to do that because it just shows me what fields, what data is coming in. So I'll tick a couple of these boxes. So I'm going to update my settings. And now I've got my field map tab up here as well. So now I can see what merge tags are included in this data route. And so we can see this proof of attendance URL is one of the merge tags in this data route. So it's all working great. So the next thing we need to do is map our form field questions to our data route merge tags. And we do that inside of Formstack Forms. So if I head over to Formstack Forms and I click on the settings tab, and then I go to integrations, if you haven't already added your Formstack document integration to this form, you can click this blue button. Looking for document automation, add integration. I've already done it. So if I click on Formstack Documents, I'm going to be in test mode. You'll log in and it'll actually pull in your API key. It's kind of nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose data route. And then what'll happen is it'll pull in all of my data routes, and I want to choose my ticket data route. So choose the data route that you just set up in Formstack Documents. So I'm going to choose ticket data route. And now what I do is I map my questions, which are the drop downs, to my merge tags, which are here on the left. So ticket number, I'm looking for that question that was how many tickets would you like? Ticket type is ticket type. Now it helps to have similar merge tag names as question names, because then you can kind of quickly go through. So have you attended before, attended before. Now the other thing I care about though is my proof of attendance URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge my proof of attendance URL to proof of previous attendance. So that is the file upload field. And what it is it's actually a URL of that file that has been uploaded. So now it all saves automatically. So I have mapped my questions to my merge tags. I have my data route is set to test mode. I believe my document is also set to test mode. Let's do that. I'm going to save this data. So now everything is set up for me to test this. So let's take a peek. Let's actually see where this is getting delivered though, this data route, because I want this to end up at my inbox. So let's check my delivery, and I'm going to send an email to Kyle at nocodecollab.com. This is my ticket data route. You have a new ticket submission. And if I wanted to, there's more options. You can CC people, BCC, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to save that delivery. And so because the data route, all the data is coming into the data route, whatever is created from that data route, we are going to deliver it. And in this case, I'm going to deliver it by email. If you saw there, you could deliver it to a lot of different things. You could send it to Formstack Sign to get signed, or you could go to Google Drive, you could go to Box, Dropbox, all those things. So I'm just going to send it by email. So let's jump over to the form and see if this all works. Okay, so here I am in my form. Very simple. I want 5 tickets that are going to be VIP. Have I attended before? Yes. And now my previous proof of attendance. This would probably be like a receipt or something, or maybe if you are doing this as a job application, maybe it's a resume, maybe it's something for applying for an apartment or a house or something like that. But in this case, I'm going to throw up a picture of Minneapolis. And now when I submit this form, it's going to hit the data route, it's going to generate the document, and then it's going to attach that file in one merged file and then email it to my email. So let's give that a shot. So here we are in my email. I've received my ticket data route email. You have a new ticket submission from Formstack Documents. If I open that attachment, you can see I've got my document, and then attached to that document is another page of the image that I submitted. So everything is working as expected, which is wonderful. Okay, to recap, if you want to include a file that has been submitted with a form submission in your document automation, you need to create a data route inside of Formstack Documents. When you're creating your rules from the drop-down list, you just need to choose Other Remote File. Then you get to write whatever merge tag you want. So in this case, I did proof of attendance URL. And then on the Formstack Forms side, when you are mapping your form submissions to your merge tags, just take that file upload field and map it to the merge tag that you've created. It's as easy as that. If you have multiple file uploads, you can add multiple rules and have all different merge tags for each one of those files. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful, and you now know how simple it is to include the files that users submit with their forms and include them in your document automations using data routing in Formstack Documents. So with that, thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you at the next tutorial.